let us start with plant kingdom. The first division of plant is algae. That is, algae is subdivided into chlorophyta, phaeophyta and rhodophyta. This is life cycle of volvox, in which asexual and sexual both kind of division takes place. Here it is again chlorophycae, that is Chlamydomonas, and asexual and sexual both kind of division is shown. However, that is haplontic life cycle is predominant in algae, bryophyta and pteridophyta. Eulothrix is again a chlorophycae. Here there is a asexual and sexual both kind of phase are there, but you can see the orange, light orange color haplontic life cycle is predominant in it. Now we will come to bryophyta. In case of bryophyta, there is Mercantia. Mercantia, Archegonium and Antheridium, both kind of spores are there. Now, here it is a sporophyte and it is contained in sporangium and from which spores are coming out. So it is Mercantia, जिसमें यहाँ दिखाया गया है कि स्पोरेंजियम या तो वो आर्कीगोनियोफोर हो सकता है या एंथीरिडियोफोर. हियर बोथ आर शोन. आर्कीगोनियोफोर नीचे की ओर बेंड होता है, जबकि एंथीरिडियोफोर जो मेल सेक्स रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन है वो ऊपर की ओर उठा हुआ है और आर्कीगोनियोफोर नीचे है. ये मर्केंटिया के स्पोरोफाइट का एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पर दिखाया गया है. नाउ यू कैन see here that it is Archegoniophore and Antheridiyophore. That is clearly visible in the example of Mercantia, that is a kind of bryophyta. So it is downward, then it is Archegoniophore, it is female. It is also in your book how the Archegoniophore, that is Archegoniophore is downward and Antheridiyophore upward. This is Mercantia life cycle. Here it has been shown that how the sexual reproduction and asexual both kind of reproduction takes place. There is a small loop of sexual and then it is asexual. Now you see that sperms are coming out from Antheridia and ova is coming out from Archegonia and then they fuses to form zygote. The same has been shown here. Now it is Funaria, the other type of moss. So in case of moss, there are the capsule ovoceta, when it bursts, then spores are coming out and its spores are generally isogamous and they fuse to form zygote. This is again example of Funaria, in which it has been shown that how spores are bursting out from capsule and this may be Gametophore, Antheridia and Archegonia. Now let us come to Pteridophyta. So in case of Pteridophyta, sporophylls are present within the leaf. So here you are seeing the swollen portion within the leaf which is containing the sporophylls. Otherwise it may be separated as an appendages which has been shown here in equisetum. So you can see the sporophyll which contains a small unit which is called strobilus. So brown color strobilus is there which contains a sporophyll. Otherwise, as I have shown you earlier, that within leaf there is also small sporophytes are present. So the same has been shown here. Rhizoids are also coming out from it. The same sporophyte of brown color burst to form root and leaf-like structure when it is independently detached from leaf. So the same is shown over here. Now at the edges or vertex of ferns or pteridophyta, there are some sporophyta structure in which spores are filled. These spores may be either male gamete or female gamete. Now there are some strobilus which are either male or female gametes. So it is sporophyte in pteridophyta, from which spores are dispersed in air. This is one type of pteridophyta, that is Saligenalia. At tip of its leaves there are sporophytes are present. Some of them are having male gamete and some are having female gamete. In case of pteridophyta also, haplontic life cycle is predominant. Here it is fern. So in case of ferns, at the notches of leaves or at the nodes, there are sporophytes present. And haplontic life cycle is equally dominant. You can see here also. It is the case of Saligenalia in which life cycle has been shown, that is haplodiplontic. In case of Synangium, which is again a pteridophyte, there are at leaf notches some sporophytes are present from which spores disperse in air. Either the spores move to oogonium by water or by air. This is a conifer, that is cone-shaped pteridophyte, in which there are two types of life cycle, diplontic and haplontic, so it can be haplodiplontic. So conifers are also the examples of pteridophyte. Now next division of plant is gymnosperm. It may have medium-sized trees or very large, that is sequoia, that is found in mountainous region. It is 100-meter tall. And you can see the stem, how thicker the girth of the stem, how much is it. It is sequoia, a kind of gymnosperm, which is very large. It is having 100-meter taller. Now the girth is so large. Roots of gymnosperms are generally tap roots, and in some cases gymnosperm also having the fungal association to form mycorrhiza. So there is root nodules are found in gymnosperm. This is sequoia, a very lengthier plant of gymnosperm. Gymnosperm has three categories. Now here it is mycorrhiza, that with fungal association its roots are fulfilling the needs of nitrogen. So mycorrhiza is a association, like lichen, mycorrhiza is also an association. Same, the root nodules are shown, that is gymnosperm with fungal association. Gymnosperms are of three types, that is cycads, spinates and ginkgo. Cycas, spinous and ginkgo. In case of cycas, there are coralloid roots, which is in combination with cyanobacteria. So ये बैक्टीरिया के साथ यहाँ पर एसोसिएशन है, पहले फंगस के साथ दिखाया गया था. So cycas में ये such kind of structure is there in root nodules. And nitrogen fixation cyanobacteria are in association with cycas roots, that is gymnosperm. So gymnosperm with cyanobacteria, such kind of association is shown here. There are some gymnosperm which are single branch, that is cycas, and at the branch the leaves are in axial form. They are attached to same point. So you can very well see that in cycas it is single branch and it is a kind of decorative plant, interior decorative plant. So ornamental plant is cycas. You might have seen it in indoor and outdoor of the houses. So first kind of gymnosperm is cycas. Gymnosperm do not bear ovary, that is fruit. These have naked seeds. The next is, that is conifer, that is pinus. It is cone shaped and found in mountainous region. It is, you can see it is cone shaped, conifer, pine trees. Now there are two types of leaves found in it. That is compound leaf, that is having bud at the end of petiole and no bud at the end of leaf. Then it is called compound leaf. So no new leaves can be generated at the end of leaf. There are palmately compound and pinnately compound. If all leaves are attached to single point, then it is palmately compound. And if they are at different point, then it is pinnately compound. However, the buds are at the end of petiole. Now, here again you can see no axillary bud here. So it is a compound leaf and bud is found at the end of petiole. So it is compound leaf. Two types of leaves are there, simple leaves, compound leaves. Compound is further divided, palmately and pinnately. So you can see simple leaf. In case of simple leaf, the notch bud is present at notch of leaf, that is end of leaf stack. However, in case of compound leaves, so double compound leaf also you can see. Now, in some case of gymnosperm, there are leaves which are needle-like, which reduce the surface area, and they have sunken stomata to reduce loss of water. So needle-shaped leaves are also there. They can withstand extreme temperatures also. Gymnosperms can withstand extreme wind and extreme temperature also. Now, here these are the sporophytes present in gymnosperms. Gymnosperms have microsporangia and megasporangia. So there are male gametophyte and female gametophyte. Both are found in gymnosperm. Now here the needle-like leaves with sunken stomata, and you can also see that there are sporangia. This is a conifer, a kind of gymnosperm which comes under pinus. Generally it is also known as pine tree. So cycas, pinus and ginkgo biloba. These are the three types of gymnosperm. Again a conifer in mountainous range. You might have seen such type of trees. So in case of snowfall, the snow just slips from it, and such is the adaptation to habitat of these conifers. Conifers are branched. As you have seen in case of cycas, it is having single branch, but it is multi-branched. So cycas में आपने देखा था कि सिंगल ब्रांच में सारी लीव्स एक्सियस थी, लेकिन इसमें बहुत सारी ब्रांचेस होती हैं. तो ये इन दोनों में डिफरेंस है. These are all pines, that is pinus, found in mountainous region, multi-branched. Like pteridophytes, they are also having vascular bundle for transportation. From gymnosperm and angiosperm, they have diplontic life cycle predominant. While in case of algae, bryophyta and pteridophyta, there is haplontic life cycle predominant. This is the difference in both. In case we move to angiosperm, then diplontic life cycle becomes more dominant than the haplontic. Now, in here you are seeing the strobili. Like the previous case, the strobili was also seen in pteridophyta. Here is again the strobili is there. This is female strobili or megasporangium. Now, male and female sporangium, you can discriminate between them. One is having microsporophylls, that is male gametophyte or male strobili, and other is female strobili, that is having megasporangium. Microsporangium contains pollens, while male sporangium contains ova. So here female cone contains ova, while male sporangium contains pollen, which are very small in size and float in air and reaches to female cone. Here both are shown. So yellow colored male sporangium and the next one red color is the female sporangium. Male strobili and female strobili. Microsporangium and megasporangium both are shown on gymnosperm. With the leaves as usual, that is blade type, sunken stomata and needle shaped. Both are shown, that is single tree may contain both kind of sporangium, micro and megasporangium. Yellow colored, it is filled with pollen. Now here both are arranged together. At center there is megasporangium and around it, it is microsporangium containing pollens. Gymnosperm ovules are here again. You can see that the arrangement of the sporangium. In case of gymnosperm, you can also notice the kind of leaves. This is axially arranged microsporangium along with the central megasporangium. It is precursor of the angiosperm. फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स का ये प्रीकर्सर है. लगभग वैसा ही वैसा फ्लावर स्ट्रक्चर एंड अरेंजमेंट यहाँ देखने को आपको मिल रहा है. Now we will come to angiosperm. It is having a wide range of flowering plants and the most larger species. It may contain tiny flowering plants like Wolfa. Here it is tiny, most tiniest flowering plants. This is Wolfa. Each cell-like structure is a plant. So Wolfa is the tiniest angiosperm, that is flowering plants. In this, ovule is encased in ovary, that is they make fruit-like structure. So Wolfa is the tiniest. You can see it floats on water. So the green color of water may be due to Wolfa angiosperm. And these are the leafy structure of Wolfa. The size is also given, it is less than 1 centimeter. It is so small. And these are the leaves of Wolfa. However, on the other side, there are 100 meters taller eucalyptus trees are also there. So from Wolfa, it is Wolfa which is tiniest plant. You can see or appreciate how tiny this is. And on other side, some angiosperms are 100 meter taller like eucalyptus. Angiosperm provide us Wolfa. Again, it is same. They provide us food, fodder, fuel, medicine, and other commercially important products, and gives us a wide biodiversity. This is again volva in floating in water. This is now eucalyptus. It may be 100-meter tall. They suck much water from ground. Eucalyptus tree need much water to grow. So the region where there is much rain, there eucalyptus trees are grown. It has white stem, you can see. Barkless white stem is there. Such kind of trees are found in plainy region. मैदानी क्षेत्रों में ऐसे पेड़ पाए जाते हैं. So bark you can see it is whitish. Stem it is whitish. Now, angiosperms are further divided in monocotyledon and dicotyledon. This is dicot seed. It is having two cotyledon. So, such is the seed dicotyledon. Like gram, pea, there are several other seeds are there, which is, but it is monocotyledon, like maize. So, मक्के का दाना इसमें single cotyledon है. Angiosperms have two further groups, that is dicotyledon and monocotyledon. So, maize seeds are mono. It is wheat. It is again monocotyledon. Now, dicotyledon and monocotyledon have different types of vascular bundle, different kinds of patterns of leaves, different structures of flower. This is rice. This is monocotyledon. It has single cotyledon. Cotyledon is a kind of endosperm which contains future food when seed germinates. It is rice. So it is. Now the flowering plants have a flowering structure which has the male reproductive organ and female reproductive organs. Male reproductive organs are axially arranged around female reproductive organ, and both are attached to receptacle. So here you can see petal, stamen, pistil, that is female reproductive organ, flower. These have been shown of a flowering plant. So there are various labeling, like here receptacle in which all parts, petals, sepals are attached. Also the pistil, female reproductive organ, along with the stamen, that is male reproductive organ, is arranged to this flower, and the structure is shown at right hand side how it is there. This is the pollen sac in which pollen grains are enclosed. The pollen sacs are also known as antheridium, and they are attached to filament. Filament along with pollen sac, it is known as stamen. Pollen sac contains pollen grains. So you can also say is as an anther which is attached to filament. There are many anther which is attached to filament. It is known as combinedly known as a stamen, that is male reproductive organ in angiosperm. And pollen dust are present in it, which floats in freely in air. Otherwise, insect carry it up to the pistil or carpel, that is female reproductive organ. So various kinds of anthers are shown, or pollen sacs are shown. It is quadrulobed. If it is laterally cross section, then there are 4 lobes in which pollen grains are present. Here you can see that the stamen along with the pistils, it's at center green colored pistil is there, and around it various stamens are present. However, they are lower in length. To prevent self-pollination, always in most of the cases pollens are at lower height. To prevent self-pollination and to promote cross-pollination, here you can see pistil along with stamen, male and female reproductive organ in a single flowering plant. Most of the cases it is the same, both are present in same plant. Now, so it is bigamous, but some are monogamous like papaya, in which only single, either it is male plant or female plant. Here you can see how lower is the height of stamen and ovary is much more higher to condemn self-pollination, and stamens are axially arranged around it, and it is covered with petals, then sepals. This is again the arrangement of stamen along with pistil. So, in case of angiosperm, ovule is covered with ovary. Ovule contains egg. Egg might be single or egg may be. It is multi-egg. सो मल्टी एग ओव्यूल भी हो सकता है और सिंगल एग. तो इस तरीके से पिस्टल जो इसका फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन है उसमें सिंगल ओवम भी हो सकता है या कई ओवम भी हो सकते हैं, उनके अपने अरेंजमेंट होते हैं. सो देयर आर वेरियस काइंड्स ऑफ फ्लावर्स. अरेंजमेंट ऑफ these are trimerous. Three flowers are arranged in axis. So some are pentamerous, some are three petals. You can see three petals. फिर अगेन 3 petals नीचे. Here you can see that quadrulobed pollen grain. If इसमें 4 लोब हैं. If it is sectioned or cut, then pollen grains float. It comes out and it freely float in air. Now it is again quadrulobed. It can be visualized that pollen sacs are having 4 lobes. If it is cut, then pollen grains come out from it, along with pistil or carpel. Now at center carpel is there. It is having some chemical, and around it sticky substance is there at the stigma. The topmost portion is having sticky substance that if some pollen lands on it, then it grips it. This is the female reproductive organ. Petals and sepals are detached to show it clearly how it is attached to leaf stalk or receptacle. Now ovary is there. It is the female reproductive organ, ovary, and the slender neck, that is a style, and stigma. Stigma is the receptacle of pollen grains. Then pollen tube grows through style and reaches to ovary up to ovum. It is the female reproductive organ in which stigma, the topmost portion you can see, along with style. The stigma and style are shown over here. An anther with filament around it, that is stamen. Here it is shown that stigma, style, and at the base you can see ovaries also there. So these are the flowering plants. Now it is the pollen grain which are quadrulobed. If it is sectioned, then the pollen grains are filled within it, and these are tiny grains which floats in air. Pollen sacs. Anther contains pollen sacs contains pollen grains. So pollen grain, it also dehisces. From certain position it cracks, that is dehiscence, and from that position only pollen grains get liberated or it bursts from certain location only. See the line of descent that has been shown from where it cracks. So it is the lateral section of a anther or pollen sac. There are 4 pollen sacs in which pollen grains are filled. So any anther contains 4 pollen sacs. Now this is the structure in which cross section of female reproductive organ in which pollen tube generates, and if it lands and then it reaches to its lower end, that is micropylar end. Central portion it is called that is ovule get converted into embryo sac in which single cell mitotically divides to form 8 cells, 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. That is 3 times division takes place. And here the green color portion at the bottom, which is ovary. Within it ovule is there, and within ovule ovum is there, which threefold divides to form embryo sac. So इस तरीके से हम देखते हैं कि फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन में एम्ब्रियो सैक बन जाता है. हियर इट इज मल्टी ovuled ovary. So every ovule contains one egg. So multi ovuled ovary. हर ओव्यूल में एक एग होगा. Here again it is multi ovuled ovary. Ovary covers the ovule. Tiny structures which are swollen are ovule and they contain ovum. Ovum is very tiny. Again here it is the septa which is separating the ovule, and where these ovules are attached, that is known as placenta. So it has axial placentation. एक्सिस में या सेंटर में सारे अटैच्ड हैं. सो एक्सियल प्लेसेंटेशन है और ये मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड है. हियर अगेन इट इज एक्सियल प्लेसेंटेशन एंड अराउंड इट इट इज द पेरिकार्प. ओव्यूल्स आर अटैच्ड टू सेंटर. सो एक्सियल प्लेसेंटेशन इन ल्यूटेशंस. But parietal placentation is also there. Here you can see all the ovules are attached to, that is periphery. So periphery या ये ओवरी में अगर अटैच्ड होंगे तो इसको कहेंगे पेरिटल प्लेसेंटेशन. जहां भी ओव्यूल अटैच्ड हैं या तो एक्सिस पे अटैच होंगे या फिर इसके पेरिफेरी पर. सो बोथ द केसेस हैव बीन शोन. फर्स्ट इज एक्सियल एंड सेकंड इज पेरिटल प्लेसेंटेशन. बोथ आर मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड ओवरी. हिबिस्कस गुड़हल का फूल सिंगल ओव्यूल्ड ओवरी है, लेकिन कई केसेस में मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड होता है. जैसे लेडी फिंगर मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड है. तो यहाँ पर मोनो ओव्यूल्ड ओवरी भी दिख गई है और मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड ओवरी भी दिखाई गई है. मल्टी ओव्यूल्ड में आप देख रहे हैं कि एक्सियल प्रेजेंटेशन है. सेप्टा इज ऑल्सो विजिबल. तो हमने ये देख लिया था कि जो सिंगल ओवम है उसका 3 फोल्ड डिवीजन है और ये एम्ब्रियो सैक है. एम्ब्रियो सैक जो ओव्यूल है अब एम्ब्रियो सैक बन गया है. नीचे माइक्रोपाइलर एंड है और ऊपर सेलेजल एंड है. माइक्रोपाइलर एंड में 3 एग्स हैं. 1 इज मेन एग एंड 2 सिनर्जिक एग्स. सिनर्जिक एग डिजेनरेट हो जाते हैं. तो यहाँ पर नाउ दैट इज इसको उल्टा करके दिखाया गया है. अदरवाइज माइक्रोपाइलर एंड जहाँ से पॉलन ट्यूब एंटर करती है वो माइक्रोपाइलर एंड है. ये इन्वर्टेड होता है. तो यहाँ सिनर्जिड एक्स हैं. दिस इज 2 पोलर न्यूक्लियाई एंड एंटीपोडल न्यूक्लियाई. तो ये एम्ब्रियो सैक बन गया है. हियर अगेन इट इज सोन. और यहीं पर पॉलन ग्रेन से पॉलन ट्यूब पहुंचती है. एक सेंटर वाले पोलर न्यूक्लियाई से मीट कर जाती है और एक एग से न्यूक्लियाई मीट कर जाती है. सिनर्जिड एग के बीच में जो एग सेल है वहां पर ये मिल जाती है. Here it is pollination has been shown that self pollination is within the same plant and cross pollination between 2 different plants is taking place. तो हम देखते हैं कि कैसे कोई भी ओव्यूल एक एम्ब्रियो सैक बन जाता है और एम्ब्रियो सैक में कैसे माइक्रोपाइलर एंड से पॉलन ट्यूब एंटर करती है. हियर इट इज शोन हाउ आफ्टर द pollen grain lands, then fertilization is taking place. Pollen tube enlarges very fast and it reaches to micropylar end with two nuclei. यहाँ देख रहे हैं कि pollen tube कैसे फास्ट निकलकर माइक्रोपाइलर एंड में गई है. इसमें दो न्यूक्लियाई है, एक पोलर न्यूक्लियाई से मिल जाएगी और एक एग apparatus से मिल जाएगी जो माइक्रोपाइलर एंड के पास में ही है. इस तरीके से ये डबल फ्यूजन कहलाएगा. इन दिस वे इट इज कॉल्ड डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन, क्योंकि एक पोलर न्यूक्लियाई से मिल जाएगा, दो न्यूक्लियस हैं पॉलन ग्रेन में, और एक पोलर न्यूक्लियाई से मिल जाएगा और एक एग सेल से जो कि माइक्रोपाइलर एंड पे. सिनर्जी एग ये डाई कर जाएंगे, मर जाएंगे, एंटीपोडल एग भी मर जाएंगे. तो जो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई है वो 3n क्रोमोसोम रखेगी, दैट इज ट्राइप्लॉइडिक होगी, और वो बाद में एंडोस्पर्म बना देगी जो फ्यूचर सीड होगा. जब भी सीड जर्मिनेट करेगा तो एंडोस्पर्म उसमें उसको फीडिंग करेगा, खाना देगा, जब तक कि वो पूरी तरीके से प्लम्यूले और रेडिकल नहीं बन जाता. यहाँ भी आप देख रहे हैं कि इसमें दो न्यूक्लियस पॉलन ट्यूब में दिख रहे हैं, एक एग apparatus से फ्यूज करेगा और एक बीच वाली पोलर न्यूक्लियाई से करेगा, और जो ऊपर वाले एंटीपोडल एक्स हैं वो भी चले जाएंगे, दोनों सिनर्जी एक्स की भी डेथ हो जाएगी. सो इस तरीके से डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन यहाँ पर टेक्स प्लेस हो रहा है. नाउ सीड, इट इज मोनोकोटिलिडन, इट इज बीन, it is containing epicotyle and hypocotyle. So hypocotyle is now generated into root, while epicotyle it is the first true leaves of it. तो किसी भी सीड में एक एम्ब्रियो होगा और बाकी एंडोस्पर्म होगा. ये जो बाकी का खाना बचा हुआ है कोटिलिडन, ये एंडोस्पर्म है, ये फूड प्रोवाइड करेगा, फ्यूचर फूड. नाउ इट इज द एपिकोटाइल एंड हाइपोकोटाइल. हाइपोकोटाइल रेडिकल यानी रूट बनाएगा और एपिकोटाइल लीफ बनाएगा. नाउ दिस इज द बीन with different bean structure and corn seeds, monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Now embryonic portion is there which is a seed and it is the future tree which contain plumule and radicle. There is also a seed coat which may be of sclerenchyma. So both the seed, bean seed and corn seeds are shown side by side. You can compare them very well. It is having the embryo as well as it is containing the endosperm. So this is the life cycle of flowering plant in which the 2n sporophytes, the case is shown how it is haploidic. So mostly it is diploidic. So it is mostly diploidic because 2n chromosomes are present. And the same has been shown for angiosperm, how the double fertilization and triple fusion takes place. Triple fusion takes place at center, क्योंकि वहाँ पर दो न्यूक्लियाई होती हैं और वो एक मेल न्यूक्लियाई से मिल जाती हैं और वो एंडोस्पर्म बनाती हैं. तो सेंटर में ट्रिपल फ्यूजन होता है और एग apparatus जब मेल न्यूक्लियाई के साथ मिलता है तो वो एम्ब्रियो बनाएगा, वो फ्यूचर का सीड है, और बाकी जो बचा हुआ है ट्रिपल फर्टिलाइजेशन से एंडोस्पर्म वो उसका फ्यूचर का फूड है. तो फ्यूचर सीड एंड फ्यूचर फूड एक साथ इनकेस्ड होते हैं. नाउ इट इज हैप्लॉन्टिक लाइफ स्टाइल विच इज मोर सीन इन केस ऑफ एल्गे, इन केस ऑफ ब्रायोफाइट्स एंड इन केस ऑफ टेरिडोफाइट्स. ज़्यादातर हैप्लॉन्टिक लाइफ स्टाइल होती है, यानी गेमेटोफाइटल फेज इसमें प्रीडोमिनेंट होता है, जबकि जिम्नोस्पर्म एंड एंजियोस्पर्म के केसेस में there is diplontic lifestyle which is predominant. But there is some intermediate stage also in which the haplodiploidic lifestyle is also predominant. That is both are comparably of equal period, and there is an alteration of generation which is taking place from haplontic to diplontic, but both are equally appreciable span of time. So this is all about plants.